Hello, in this video we are going to be talking about the equation of a circle. So in this question we're given an equation. This is the equation of a circle. This is the form that the equation of a circle is always going to be in. So in a general sense that would be x minus h plus y minus k equals r squared. So the first thing I want you to notice is that on the right side, it's r squared. That is the radius squared. So when you're looking for the radius of a circle, if it's in this form, which is the form it should be in, oh, whoopsies, these are squared. That's important. If it's in this form, then this is the radius squared. So just looking at our equation here, I can already see that the radius is going to be 7, right? Because 49 is 7 squared. So the radius, I'm going to switch back to my mouse really quick here. The radius is going to be 7. I can read that straight off of my equation. I just have to take the square root of the right side. So if it's not a perfect square, you could have the square root of something as your radius. That's fine. But in this case, it was easy because we know that 7 squared is 49. So now let's talk about this h and k. So h and k, it turns out, corresponds with the center. So the center of a circle is going to be at h comma k. Now notice that in our formula here, they're minus. So we're always changing the sign to find our center. So just like with a parabola in vertex form, if I wanted to find the vertex, I would take the negative of the thing with the x and then the positive of the number that's outside. Well, in this case, it's going to be the negative of the thing with the x and the negative of the thing with the y. Because we have a thing with the y. So before, we've never had a situation where we had a y squared in our formula before. It's always been y by itself on one side and everything else on the other. So now that we have a y squared and we can have something with the y, it ends up acting the same way that the x does. So going back to that parabola example, if I had, instead of y equals x squared, x minus h squared plus k, using the same letters, right? If I instead wrote it y minus k equals x minus h squared, then I would have to change the sign on both of them. I now have a thing with the y and a thing with the x, and I have to change the sign on both of them. But because this k is on the opposite side of the equation from the y, we didn't used to have to change the sign. But now that it's with the y, we have to change the sign. So we have to change the sign on both the x and the y. Long-winded explanation of that. So when we're asked what the center is on our question here, we're going to change the sign. So it's going to be positive 5.2, right? Because this is minus 5.2, and it's going to be negative 3.7. So we're just reading this information off of the equation. See? It's that simple. So we're just knowing what the pieces of our equation mean and then reading it off of that. So this is the standard equation for a circle. And I will see you guys in the next video.